This is your daily market review for Monday, March 13th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is the best dang market review for Monday, March 13th, 2023. Hopefully you're doing well. And just be safe out there. The first thing I want to talk about is just hopefully folks are being smart. They've been following, they've been paying attention. We talked about first thing in the morning, probably taking some profits, look to reshort on bounces. This market is going to be volatile. As we've talked about, high VIX means up and down moves. People are calling for a bottom. People are saying, the average trader saying that the market's about to rip higher. We'll see. Please be thoughtful, be safe. Again, as we recommended shorting near the highs recently, you have to manage your position, trade around your core, be thoughtful, be smart, because again, the market doesn't go in one direction all day, every day. However, it might seem like such with financials, but we'll talk about them to get into it. If you have any questions, please reach out. Link to the Discord room is below. Also, too, if you need help, just, again, reach out. I'll try to do the best I can. Ultimately, in this, what's going on, if you have not been prepared for this, then it's hard to really react appropriately. You're going to be more emotional than thoughtful. It's going to be one of those things where, again, ultimately, I think the markets, as we've talked about since literally end of 2021 in a bear market, well, how do you know when a bear market ends? When everyone freaks out, the VIX spikes, hopefully, or not hopefully, ideally, somewhere in the 40s, 50s, maybe even 90s if it's really crazy. And then you play the process over to rebuild. We're not there yet. It's just every day is not going to be a down day, just like every day in an up market is up. So please be thoughtful. If you have questions, thoughts, concerns, try to be logical, not emotional. Have a plan, stick to your plan. And in that note, let's get into it. Here's the Discord room, kind of talking about what's going on today, trying to keep people aware of how things are going. Posting on Twitter what we're up to, what we're trying to watch. Again, there's not a ton to do. I mean, if you're short financials, hopefully you're taking some profit. We're talking about the core. If you have been in general just trading, be aware, give yourself time. If you are looking to short, wait for pops. Don't just cover your shorts and go all back in. Just no different that if you're hedging with longs, that you're being thoughtful. You're not just gambling to gamble. Posted a update to my webpage where I have literally the Back to Basics is a great place for learning. If you're newer to trading, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do tons of lives. But I created an order with this. Let me pull it up real quick. I wasn't going to do this, but you know what? This is what we do. We create incredible assets for people to use. Copy the website. Give me 2 seconds. Here it is. Here it is. And I tried to put it in an order which I think can help people from newest to advanced traders. Did a video about it. Come on, load, little friend. Got too much going on my computer. But anyway, hope that helps. And let's jump into it. First things first, Bitcoin. A lot of people want to short it. It's kind of like gold short. I don't think that's an ideal short. Now, do I think these things will pull back? This is my struggle. You've invalidated a head and shoulders top, but you're coming into the highs. I would not be shorting gold or the metals. Now, the miners, a little different. We'll talk about that. But in general, I think there's better trades out there. A lot of people are going to reach for gold, Bitcoin when things are panicking. The best time to short them would probably be when things seem to calm down. But even then, when the Feds pivot, this is where I'm kind of pivoting my mindset too. And people are like, oh, you can't change your mind. It's like, no, well, you can actually. The evidence is changing, so you have to be careful. So I don't know if I'd be shorting this. Now, again, exchange prices versus, it's no different. Like you try to go buy and sell gold at a pawn shop or dealer. It's different than the exchange prices. I'm seeing demand for this stuff. So just be thoughtful, be careful. A lot of people, again, just keep it simple. I don't know why people have to feel like they have to diversify. It's like shorting financials. Was that the wrong trade? No, it seemed very obvious. So go with what seems obvious and going to work. Define your risk. Ride it out. Oil hit the low of the range around 72. I think you guys saw this morning, bouncing. Again, we've talked about the Feds are in a pickle if oil starts going higher. That is a major problem. Now, CPI is coming tomorrow. Don't care about it. Really don't care. It's going to be a blip. Speed bump on the ride to wherever we're going. People talking about it. It's just like, why? I mean, do you even remember the jobs numbers literally on Friday? Nope, can't recall what they were because they don't matter. The news cycle is focusing on other things. Keep an eye on oil. If it breaks 72, 73, sorry, 72, I guess 72s could come right back down to the mid 60s. Now remember, oil tanking would confirm what? Recession growing. Keep that in mind. Natural gas, as I've said a bazillion times, I have no desire to play in this pool. No desire. Now it's chopping, holding the lows. Now you're betting on geopolitical risk. Go right ahead. I have better trades, in my opinion. If I was going to go have anything to do with geopolitical risk, I think it would be shorting tech. Commodities, again, at some point. I'm saying this with conviction. At some point, yes, the trade will be to buy tons of commodities and trade them like tech. Right now, baby getting thrown out with the bathwater, this stuff. Dollar. Talked about it hitting the 200-day. Said in many previous reviews, watch what happens. If the dollar starts tanking, bond yields go down, the recession's growing, the market's getting nervous. So as someone who's traded gold and, dollar and talked about it, watch the volatility. Hit the 200-day, backs off. Now, are we done? Good question. Now, would I go long or short the dollar? This is the thing. It's like, why do you want to make this complicated? Now, could the dollar rip back at some point? Absolutely. The volatility is all I'm watching for. If you go look at the longer term charts, you can make a case for either or. But is the dollar the best thing to trade? I'm kind of laughing at TLT people because they were literally, calling for the yields to explode higher as they exploded lower. Now the TLT's back at range highs. This is where tough. I'm seeing credit default swaps on U.S. debt grow. I don't know. Do I want to short? Do I want to be long? Do I want to be I don't know. However, I do know I think there's easier trades out there. Just keep an eye on it. Notice what the TLT. I was talking to people in the Discord room. Hopefully someone saw this. I said, wow, whoa, look at the big move today on this thing. Bond yields dropped, and then now they're rallying back as the TLT drops. Big volume here. Remember, there is a huge short interest in the bond market. I don't know how else to explain it other than keep an eye on it. The VIX. Oh, the world's going to end. Oh, the VIX is topping. The market's done. Okay. The VIX hasn't even gotten into 30s. And these were just little, bear market stuff. Like, this is just the bear market, the current one. And as I've said many a times, go check the monthly. We haven't even gotten into the high 40s. Not even the high 40s. And yet people are like, I think the market's going to bottom soon, Dan. Okay, well, maybe it does. Probably not. It's going to be gyrations. I've said this over and over and over and over and over and over again. The market does what with higher VIX? Up and down big. Implied volatility. Up and down. 30s means 30 handles on the ES. Do we trade in 30 handle increments? Yes, we're trading bigger than that. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. 30 handle, up and down. But however, I guess the only thing I really want to give credit to for folks who have been paying attention, if you bought puts down here, you're sitting on, I think, gold right now because I don't think it's done. Tomorrow we'll tell SPY. Hey, if you've been paying attention to the targets, what do we say? Watch the 380s. And it bounces. Okay. That's if you're a bear, I hate when you get straight line moves down because then you get bigger ripbacks. I love to be able to trade this. And when I mean trade it, not have to cover completely. As in shorts. Trading around it. I love the slow and steady down and then chop and then little lower and then lower going. But we'll see. The velocity could increase as what? Things get worse in the Euroland. Things get worse for Credit Suisse. Things get worse for banks. Keep in mind, as credit tightens, everybody's affected. Credit tightens, right? Not like a titan, but tightening. So, are we into this little spot down here? I don't know. I don't think. Could it be a turnaround Tuesday? This is what I'm watching for, potentially, is that you go 2 days down, a Monday, then a Tuesday, and then chop around to a lower later. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised either way. Now, this is the thing. If you're trading around your positions, you're loving it. Are you all in reshorting? That's on you. I personally have some cash. We'll see what happens. If it goes lower, great. Put myself in a position to stay what? Neutral. Are you neutral? Or are you getting too excited? You getting too bearish? You getting too crazy? We'll see. QQQ as we come into the close. Again, I'm recording this as of like the last minutes of the day. Talked about Wix. Oh, could it get over the 5200 day? Yep. Made a, I don't know, new high and a new low. High volume. Now I get it. People are trying to call the bottom here. So we've talked about trap over. Now again, get back below the 200 day in time. But what do you think about overall the market? How's it going to get there? Well, I'm looking at IWM. Remember, the IWM leads. I mean, this thing's cracked. This is taking out lows, right? And I'm not talking about like Home Depot and lows. I'm talking about, uh-oh. Now you're back at the low near term on the IWM. Could materials rally? Again, could banks? Yeah, you know, there's some regional banks in this ETF. Would I trust it? It doesn't necessarily mean the IWM has to crash, but could we be due for a bounce? This is what gets so hard. What's going to cause it? Probably not going to be the CPI. It's going to be the talk of Fed pivot. But again, if the Feds are pivoting, I've showed you the charts. It's not pretty. That means the Feds are reacting an emergency. And an emergency means what? The patient has cancer, is on the deathbed. Well, can they resuscitate it immediately? No, it doesn't work like that. Doesn't mean Fed cuts. Oh, market wakes up. Lives. No, it's usually because they're sounding the oh crap alarm. DIA, we talked about taking out the December lows. That was bearish for the overall market. Long wick today. Volume starting to increase. Well, maybe we're actually finally going to get to the solid capitulation. But I'm telling you, like, people are like, oh, these volumes are huge. I'm like, they're okay. They're all right. Gold. People really want to short it. Again, dust. If you have stops, have a plan. If you trade around it, now people are going to go, oh, you idiot, you told us not to buy gold. And I'm like, well, I told you to short financials, short tech, short whatever you need to short. I personally think that at some point when the news flow changes, gold will come back. And that'll probably, and now again, I've said this for years. I love gold long term. Trade it. Now again, going into the third quarter or second quarter, if I'm wrong, fine. So be it. I personally would wait. And people go, well, you're too late. I'm like, come on, get out of here. It's a monthly cup and handle. Once it breaks out, fine. I don't care. I'll be late because there's other opportunities. There's other opportunities. Now what happens here, these two gap ups, we'll see. I mean, I've seen gold get flushed when the market's flush. But now what? It's hard to say. Do you want to chase it? That would break all disciplines of mine. So not going to chase. I'll wait for a backup. Even in an up move, it'll chop out. It'll play games. We'll see. Again, if you want to buy call, implied volatility, all that stuff has to like come in a little bit. Please be thoughtful. Silver. It's tough to trust gold when this was acting out here. Now it pops up. I don't know. Wix, whatever. Again, I feel like there's easier trades. GDX, be cognizant of this 29 level. Fill in the gap. Could it get back up? Always possible. Would I buy miners down here? This is what, again, I've warned people. Again, when the credit tightens, miners aren't going to be lucky, potentially. They could get smoked. Look at this here. Look at with COVID. I mean, again, I don't know how to tell people this. Like, miners, you need, like, the market to actually be calm to sustain higher highs and higher lows. Like, you don't want to, because, again, people don't realize, like, credit crunches affect miners. Keep that in mind. Like, they're going to the credit market. You think people are going to lend them money? No one's going to be getting any money. That's the problem here. So watch the action. We'll see if this sustains. Man, this could be a novice gap. Just keep that in mind. GDXJ, same kind of stuff. Be careful. 100-day. Again, people are going to like go nuts about the miners. Oh, look, it's up 10% off the low AG. Look at that big gap. Yep, I get it. Could that be the bottom? I personally don't think so, but either way, I'm not in a rush. Just keep an eye on it. Be thoughtful. If you own it, you're on your own. Trust yourself. Raise your stops. Be thoughtful. Manage your core. I don't know how else to say it. AEM over the 200-day. Cool story, bro. Newmont gets an upgrade today. Bounces. 20-day. Pass. Again, all this stuff was, as I talked about, I tried to warn people, like, you can't short the miners at the lows by buying dust. I mean, here's my dust chart. Because people were buying, again, I'm not going to call out people. They know who they are. Absolutely just talk about, oh, it's time to buy dust. And I'm like, at 16? Oh, it just pulled back a little bit. Nope. And then when they thought it was confirmed, I'm like, nope. And again, man, this has to do with the GDX. Again, if you bought down here and you're managing your trade and you want to set your stop and you want to move on, that's fine. I don't blame people wanting to move on to short tech. Makes sense to me. Talked about that today. Took a little off. Just a little. AMD, sweet. Double top, lower highs. I mean, this is all going to look bad. NVIDIA, chopping. 20-day, look out below. Trying to play that game and then go. That's would be ideal to me. Taiwan Semi added shorts on this one today. Congratulations. Yep. Looks fine to me for a short. Again, under the 50-day. Like nice touch of the 50. Breaks the channel. Game over. Just be patient in time. That's my intention or my thoughts. Usually don't talk about Intel, but we were talking about how like, hey, trying to perk up. And it's like, imagine because everyone who's short this is going, maybe I need to short some other names. Channel bound. Chop, chop. SMH, right? Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go. What's in the scenario? All right. Drops down. Chopping. Now, again, this is, I think people don't realize, like in a downtrend, look at that. Hits the 50-day. You're going to get some of these candles where it looks bullish for a day. Okay? I mean, I personally think it's crucial for it to hold 235 if it doesn't. But does it have to break today? Not necessarily. Adobes, this doesn't really look too hot. Coming on down. Apple, gift from the gods up today. How many people shorted up in the 150 whatever? Anything above 150 just seemed like a gift. Right? It opens at 147, rallies. People are going, oh, Apple has cash, it's safe. Okay. Doesn't mean in a recession people are going to all of a sudden just start buying iPhones, right? Again, I'm not trying to be pessimistic long term, but that's the reality of it. In a recession, ain't nothing safe. They throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't care if they're sitting on billions in cash, hundreds of billions. Doesn't matter. Amazon getting wide and loose down here. Everyone's trying to call a bottom every day on that one. I'm like, move on. Remember, keep in mind, Jeff Bezos said his company could go out of business at some point. He knows the reality that at some point nobody succeeds forever, like succeeds forever. You know, companies can lose their mojo. He knows that. He knows everyone's coming after him. CRM, okay. Well, that's red, green. Oh, but it makes a lower low, lower high. Keep an eye on it. Guggenheim. I don't know why people don't see what's going on here, but that's fine. They think it's cheap. It's like, well, you zoom out. It doesn't really look that cheap, but here you go. Just looks like dead money. I'd rather buy 100 other stocks than Guggenheim or some of these tech names. Oh, hey, Meta, cutting more people. And it bounces back. Alarm went off. 182s again. Blink 182. Yeah, it was there for a blink of an eye, maybe a little longer, but hopefully you added. I think this is a big M. And M's the golden arches and lower. Have stops to find your risk. Nothing guaranteed. Microsoft up today on the dollar down. Okay, I get it. Bounces. I mean, people are just panicking, chasing everything. NDAQ. Confirming. This is the one I wish I was always stayed short from up here. Or was it up here? I can't remember. Whatever. Congratulations. Ugly. MicroStrategy makes sense up today on the Bitcoin pop. I'm zooming. That's tough. I mean, you're going to have to trade around it. Netflix up a whopping 80 cents. Cool story, bro. Downtrend. But good at This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like you see these candles and they look bullish, but in people's eyes because they're green, it's like lower low, lower high. Oh, okay, we'll see what happened. Roblox. Man, somebody will not let it get over this. Holding the 20-day. I mean, it's clearly stuck in the 40-39 area, 20-day in that range highs. Tesla popped today. Yeah, they got Bitcoin. Okay, we'll see. I mean, they got Shiba Inu, whatever, Shiba Inu. All right, we'll see what happens here. I mean, again, if you've been shorting from the game over candle, high five, tried to warn people, but you know what? No one really listens until what? The crap hits the fan. Nucor, you're welcome. Talked about double tops, how these things would fail if the economy was slowing. No, yeah, just you got it. You got it. X, same thing. Double top. The M arches lead to lower. You know, at this point, again, I just leave them alone. Caterpillar. Man, missed this one, and 30 points later, kapow! Still going down. Arrow, talked about watch copper getting wide and loose up here. All right, 50-day holding, but lower lows, lower highs off the highs. Keep an eye on it. CCJ, if you were warned, you knew this. He said, watch what? excuse me. Watch the 29 A level, 28 level. Trying to hold off at the 100, 200-day cross. Good luck, buena suerte. Oh, yes. Come on down. The price is right. Now, again, this is my favorite gold in the materials market because, again, people will always need to eat. These materials will become incredibly important. Now, how low do we go? Don't care. Come on down. Come on down, CF. Come on down, Mosaic. I know you're not dropping as hard as I wish you would, but, you know, that. Look at that. Come on down in the 40s, maybe 30s. NTR. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on. Make my day. 200-day. Again, love to see these things break out. Down. AA. Oh, hey, look. Everything's so great. I'm like, did you see the reaction? AA. I got the bubbles. I don't know. Again, remember, keep this in mind if you're listening this far. Take note of this. When the VIX spikes into the whatever it hides it's going to be, the logical price action that you think you can buy at support and resistance goes out the window. I was about to swear, but I didn't. It goes out the window. Why? Because, again, the market isn't rational or logical when people are panicking. They're like, oh, I'll buy at 34. That's the bottom. I mean, this thing could literally go to 22 and then rally back that quick. Have you seen that before? Well, again, if you haven't studied the past, go watch your favorite stocks when the VIX is spiking. You're going to go, holy crap, I get it, Dan. XLF, congratulations if you shorted at the 20-day. Oh, I'm picking the bottom today. Okay, well, another, day is just gap and then go. Now, we're not even back at the range lows from the fall. We're not even back there. Keep an eye on it. I mean, I don't know. What you tell me the price? Do you want a 30 handle? 29s. We're not even there yet for a bounce. Thought we might bounce a little, potentially could, but I'm like, well, things seem to be getting worse, so I'm going to definitely manage my core, take a little bit off, extra beyond the core, because we are oversold, but man, it's going to just, as Livermore says, sit on your hands, let it ride, JP Morgan. Oh, but they're getting all the deposits. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Inside day, Morgan Stanley not getting all the deposits, I guess. Meh. 200-day holding. We'll see. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow. Goldman Sachs. Oh, no. All right, whatever. I got my Marcus accounts. I got FDIC-insured accounts, whatever. Goldman Sachs. Probably too big to fail, especially if Buffett owns it and he's got hundreds of billions of dollars in cash. I'll take my chances on that again because any bank, regional bank, whatever bank, I mean, you better have the amounts correct so that you get insured. Remember, $500,000 joint account. Might want to put your spouse on an account if you're a little worried. Yes. Solar. Hi. Flat today. Oh, look, TAN's flat. Well, you better hold that 73. ENPH. Oh, I go to buy it. Solar's going to do so good in a recession. Okay, how high are you? 50-day. We'll see what happens here. Sedgerton. 1185 up today. Ooh, nice bounce back. Cool story. Look at what's going on in Europe. Yeah, they're really going to subsidize solar. First Solar cracking. Nutcracker. Now again, could it get bought? First top bought. I hope it's a V-top. Because this thing could be absolutely kick in the teeth. I'm trying to think of nice things to say that don't get me in trouble. That looks fine to me. Come on down. Again, if you have time on this, you're like, why, Dan? Do you remember the past? First Solar in a month. Literally. 269, 188, 200, down to what? 84. Oh, but support resistance. Well, again, I said go study your favorite stocks when the VIX spikes. No support. There's no support. They throw the baby out of the bathwater. Hopefully we get that. Oil. Let's end it with oil and just, again, nothing really too much to say other than keep your head about you. Trade around your positions. Be smart. Expect the market to go lower in time. Expect the capitulation. How many people remember years ending in 3 have a March, April catastrophe? Nobody except the people following and taking notes. God, it just drives me crazy. Oh, what about the CPI tomorrow? Shut up. Come on, for real? CPI is going to matter for 30 seconds. Sorry, that's my just rant. I mean, I've seen a lot of, and again, I'm not picking on one person. I see it everywhere. Literally everywhere. People are talking about the CPI. I'm like, snooze. Yeah, oil hits the range, high, lows bouncing. UNG, hey, look at that, up 7%. Buy natural gas. All right, well, okay. Good story, cool story. XOP, uh-oh, breaks the channel. Holding. We talked about the 120s, mid 120s, low, I guess 123, 124 area, 125, whatever. Breaking bad, not breaking good. ExxonMobil, what do we say? It made a new high. That looked like a bull trap. Oh, but the candle's green, Dan. Yeah, you're making lower lows, lower highs. Oh, man, drives me just batshit crazy trying to talk to people. And they're like, do you know anything about the market? You just see green and you go, it's bullish. Occidental, back at the lows. Closes above it. Is it bearish, bullish? I don't know. I think it's probably going to go lower. PXD. Sorry. Again, my house will probably catch on fire randomly and something bad will happen because somebody thinks I'm causing this pain in PXD. And if they watch the recaps, please, it's not me. Here you go. Taking out the lows. Now where? When in doubt, right? Pull up the monthly. You are back testing an old trend line. I'd love to see it hold around 188 for my compadre, friend, amigo, whatever. See what happens here. EQT. When the market's up 7%, the same thing with like gold and the miners. Like EQT's got nothing. Just chop, chop, chop. We'll end it with Flex LNG. Because again, lower natural gas prices means we're going to be exporting it in time, in my opinion. I like it. Let it come down. So that's left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If you do the shoulder range to head, which is 10 points from that, take you down to 20. Oh, look at that. Takes you down to the 20s. That's where I'd be looking. All right. Any thoughts, concerns, please reach out. Again, I appreciate all the love and support. I'm not seeing any donations today, but I don't really expect them. I know a lot of people are getting burned. And again, I really typically don't. When people are winning, whether you tell me or not, I don't care. I just want people to do well. And if you're learning from this, it absolutely will come to you. Again, if you are mentally composed. I just am very concerned about the people who I see on the internet, FinTwit, StockTwits, Twit, in the Discord room. You've been trading a long time, but guess what? You still haven't mastered the psychology of this. You might be the greatest technical trader in the world. You might be a macroeconomic fundamental genius. But again, the market's going to do what it's going to do. And do you know how to interact with the market when it's not logical? You got to be thoughtful. Anyway, reach out. Let me know if you can need any help. Again, I appreciate everybody. Please be, again, last little thing. Be careful trying to convince people to do anything. Again, if you tell people to unload their stock accounts right now and it reverses at some point, you're going to look like an idiot. You tried to help people at the highs. Now they have to just, you dig their own grave. They have to lay in it. Because again, you will be blamed and you will have to own their mistakes if they sell low at some point. And then again, maybe 10 years from now, they're going to be like, oh, you told me to sell the bottom. Okay, well, again, at some point, probably at hyperinflation, we will get inflation and the stock market will rally back. And so that's where you telling people, hey, you need to take all your money, get out of the market. Well, if you've gotten this far, they're going to probably, and you listening, telling other people, you're going to be the one who owns it. All right, talk to you later. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.